Hello knitters, hello Strickmich Club members. Welcome to the second virtual cast-on event of Strickmich Club 2021. My name is Martina Behm, I'm a knitwear designer. Strickmich is my brand, it means knit me in German. And Strickmich Club is a subscription for 4 new patterns by me, plus exclusively dyed yarn. Yeah, and Strickmich Club 2021 is a little bit different logistically from the clubs before. We have shipped all the yarn kits at once, so we can be sure that during this pandemic everything reaches our members safely, and we are sending you the patterns bit by bit to the dates of the cast-on events, which are like today, May 29th, and the next will be September 18th and then November 20th. And many of you have chosen to get the PDF version of the Strickmich Club patterns. You will get an email and you can download your club patterns from there. And some of you have also chosen the paper version of the patterns, and you will receive a letter with the pattern just in time before this cast-on event. So, the motto of this Strickmich Club is Little Beauties, and let us see what the little beauty inside this project bag is. Let's see. So, this is the one you should open now. It's the one with the number 2 on it. And this is the yarn for the second project. Isn't it beautiful? I just love this color. And as you are probably aware, this is a skein of Rohrspatz and Wollmeise, which is like one of my favorite yarns. Rohrspatz and Wollmeise is like, that's the name of two different birds. And Wollmeise means like something like wool bird. And Claudia Hoell-Wellmann, the dyer of Wollmeise, she has been dyeing for more than, I think it's almost 15 years now. Yeah, and this is her very own yarn base. It's Wollmeise Pure, which is pure merino, and it has a shiny surface and is it's very non-scratchy, and it just shows the colors really well. It's a super wash yarn, and the yardage is like 383 yards on 100 grams. One of these skeins has 150 grams, so you are getting a little more. And as you can see, I am not having an interview with Claudia in this video, unfortunately. She told me that she doesn't feel comfortable being filmed and being interviewed, and I totally respect that. But she was totally willing to answer a couple of questions about this colorway and the yarn, and I will tell you what her answers were. So I was very, very happy that she was willing to participate in Strickmich Club again. She has been dyeing for Strickmich Club for a couple of years, and then we had a break, but I asked her to be part of Strickmich Club again, and she said, she was really flattered to be asked, because there are other very famous dyers in this club, and she loves to be a part of it. And this colorway, Butleya, I will say more about the name in a minute, is part of her marbles collection. Like the classic Wollmeise is like very bright colors and separated very, in a very distinctive way. And here you have the colors flowing into each other. So this is a different dyeing technique that she has been using also for a couple of years now, but it's not the Wollmeise classic, it's something else. So she says marble means marbled, so the colors are flowing softly into each other, and some of her marble skeins are also have pastel colors, which she did not use in her classic colorways. So it's something new. It's a new collection, and I think this is really beautiful. She told me that she was using purple and pink and let them flow into each other, and this is how this colorway came to be. So the club color is named Buddleia, and why is that? What kind of word is that? And she told me that Buddleia is another word for a plant, which, well, I don't really know the English word for it, but it's a shrub with beautiful little blossoms on it, and butterflies love it very much. And she bought one of those for her garden last year, and she said that this colorway is exactly what the blossoms of her Buddleia plant look like. So this is why it's called like that. Yeah, and we got a skein of her yarn classic Pure. This is what the yarn base is called. I asked her what she loves about this yarn and what her customers love about this yarn. And she says, yeah, Pure is really the most popular yarn among her yarn bases. It's 100% merino, and it's very fine merino. It only has 19 microns, which makes it very soft. And she did actually develop this yarn base herself together with the spinning mill, and she had various samples of it until she was satisfied. And I think that's really the dream for every knitter, to go to a spinning mill and say, well, I want my yarn exactly like this. And yeah, Claudia did that, and she did a really good job, because this yarn is really, it is shiny and non-scratchy, and it takes the colors really well. And she says she doesn't only use it for shawls, but also for sweaters. It's quite a fine yarn for a sweater, but she says she loves that because then she doesn't sweat on the sweater. And another advantage that she has been knitting so many projects with this yarn that she really knows what her gauge is, and she doesn't have to swatch anymore, which is, for everyone who's a Wollmeise aficionado, you will know that I had a time in my life when I was almost only knitting with Wollmeise Pure, and I knew what my gauge was, and I could just start knitting without swatching. I asked her what kind of projects she likes to knit herself, and she said she likes to knit everything, but cables and Fair Isle are not really her thing. She loves what it looks like, but she really has to. She doesn't have the routine, and so she avoids it when she can. And like at the moment, she's making a loop out of her decay base, because many people have been asking her to show her how to knit, like during the past months, and she said she wanted to design something that would be a suitable project for a beginner. Yeah, and then I was really curious. I asked her about her knitting machine, because I know she has a knitting machine, and I asked her, what do you do with her knitting machine? And she says, dusting it from time to time, because Claudia says that if you want to really do something with a knitting machine, you need to have the whole day to make something, and she rarely has a whole day off, so she doesn't really use it anymore. Yeah, and then I asked her about the pandemic and how it affects her business, and she says, it does affect her. She can't open her shop, or she couldn't open her shop the way she did before. Fiber festivals and markets do not really take place, as well as her famous sale. And she says she really misses the feeling of having her customers over in her shop, and people would sit on the sofas and chat and knit, and she really misses that. And I can totally relate, because I miss the knitters here too. We used to have live cast-on events here in Damsdorf, and we couldn't have that, and that's why we are also, we only have virtual cast-on events, and I miss my knitters, and Claudia does as well. Yeah, but she also says that they did have time and energy to do different things and tackle different projects. For example, her son has started dyeing as well, and she says that her whole team is full of energy and they are looking forward to doing new things and dyeing beautiful yarn for us knitters. Yeah, that's good for us. And yeah, I'm very happy to have this yarn in the club. Let me show you 2 more skeins of this colorway. As hand-dyed yarn, as it's usual with hand-dyed yarn, that every skein is an individual, and you can see that also with this Wollmeise yarn you will have some medium individuals and you will have some darker ones, and there are also some light ones, and we have shipped all of these to you. And yeah, so please be aware that your skein might be a little lighter or a little bit darker than your friends, but every skein is beautiful in its own way, and I hope you will be very happy with your very individual shawls that you will make with it. Oh, now I already said that the project that we're doing with this yarn is a shawl. Let me show you the pattern. Oh, and let me also show you the Strickmich Club beads that are in the project bag. You can add them to your shawl as a little membership badge in the very end. And this is the pattern. It is called Knospe, which is the German word for bud, and I will reveal to you why it's called that. It is a shawl. Knospe is a shawl that uses the hitchhiker construction. That means you start in one corner and you are adding wider and wider rows, and you can use up almost your entire skein of yarn, and you can also make it longer. You can just knit up all the yarn you have, which is really an advantage of this construction. And you can see that we have these scallops here, and the scallops, they are 3-dimensional. Maybe you can see it here. I was reminded of little buds when I did this. You have 3-dimensional scallops, which are really easy to knit. It's really relaxing. It's a very relaxing spring knit. So if you're feeling stressed out and you want to knit something beautiful for yourself, then this shawl Knospe is for you. I think you will be as fascinated as I was when the scalloped edge was growing. It's very subtle, but it's also fun, and it's a little different because it has this 3-dimensional quality to it. And the yarn is beautiful, and yeah, it's just a very soothing, nice project for you to relax into spring and summer. And I hope you will enjoy it. I hope that I will see you in one of my classes that I will teach about this shawl, and we will spend some time together. And if you haven't booked the classes, I hope you will enjoy the knitting over the summer, and we will see each other again on our next Cast On event, which is on September 18th. So, happy knitting with Strickmich Club, with Knospe and Budleja. Have a good summer and happy knitting.